Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Salim, speaking and writing coach. Let's see, speakers often make mistakes when they go to the stage. Here, I would suggest certain tips that can help us to correct those mistakes that most of the public speakers make. The first mistake that the public speakers often make is pausing long. This is the first mistake. Whoever goes to the stage commits most often. They take long break. They speak, but while speaking, they take the pause. And if the pause is longer than expected, than needed, of course, that will spoil the whole speech. So better not to pause more than 3 seconds. If you pause for less than 3 seconds, that is considered and that is natural. But more than 3 seconds will spoil, will make your speech disastrous. So better not to pause long. Otherwise, your speech will be very much irritating and your flow will be less than needed. And your audience will think perhaps the speaker is not well prepared to speak and to address the mass. The second mistake that most of the public speakers make is moving off the topic. Yes, you see that the topic is one thing, but they start talking about something else. They do not concentrate on the topic. Rather, they go beyond the topic. The topic that is the topic of the occasion. So if it is done, it will spoil the spirit of the speech. So if you are a public speaker, please don't move beyond the topic. Stay on the topic and speak as much as possible that is assigned to you. If you do this, of course, your speech will be very, very much remarkable and impressive because it is a public speech. So you don't have a lot of time to relate your speech with so many things, relate your topic with so many unnecessary things. Better to concentrate on the topic. Don't move here and there. Just focus on the topic that is the topic of yours and that is the topic of your speech. And if you do it, of course, you will be able to engage your audience with the topic and your speech will be comprehensive. It will be highly appreciated by the audience. Let's see the third mistake that most of the public speakers often make is repeating words and phrases. Yes, if you repeat certain words and phrases with a cause, with a particular reason, then that's good enough. But if you repeat time and again without any cause, and there are so many repetitions in your speech, that will really bore your audience. Your audience will be very much fed up and they do not want to stay. They do not want to hold on there in the mass. Rather, they would like to leave the hall as soon as possible because of repetitions, because of so many irritating things that cause your speech, that make your speech very much boring. So better to eliminate repetitions. If not possible, then repeat certain words and phrases with certain causes, and then that will be effective and good enough. You can take example of Martin Luther King, a great speaker. When he delivered his speeches, he repeated. For example, I have a dream. In the very speech, he has repeated, I have a dream for many times. But there is a cause. The cause is emphasis. The cause is to move the audience. And that's why he has repeated over there. And if you don't have any proper logic to repeat certain phrases and words in the speech, please never repeat. Try to reduce the repetitions in your speech. If possible, never repeat, as I have told you earlier. Do it, and your speech will be systematic, good enough, because you are going to become a good and effective public speaker there in front of your audience. Let's see the fourth mistake that most of the public speakers make when they reach the stage, and that is reading from the handouts and slides. Some public speakers depend on the scripts. They read every word, every sentence, every paragraph. They do not present them as if they are the speakers, rather, they project themselves as readers. So, reading is not allowed. You are not reader over here. You are a public speaker. You are a speaker. So, if you are a speaker, your job is to speak. Make very casual conversation with the audience. So, better not to depend upon the screen. If you are using PowerPoints, if you depend upon the screen, you only read the slides word by word, line by line. Of course, your speech is going to be very much boring. So, better not to read, not to depend upon the slides and handouts. If you do this, of course, your public speech is going to become welcoming and very much remarkable. So, let's do this. Let's see fifth mistake that most of the public speakers often make. And that is using technical words. What happens over here? When we make conversation with the audience, a very big audience, diverse audience, our job is to use very common words. Casual conversation it is going to be. We need to use very common words so that everybody who is there in the audience can understand and can comprehend whatever we speak over there. Because comprehension is the heart of the public speech. If there is no comprehension, there is no proper understanding. Of course, there will be no proper communication between the speaker and the audience. And the speech is not going to be effective if it lacks comprehension. So to make our speech very much comprehensive, what we are supposed to do as public speakers, we need not to use technical words, jargons. Because technical words can be understood by a particular group of audience, not by all in all who are there in front of you. And if your speech contains very minimum number of technical words, of course, it is going to be received very warmly and very well. So better to avoid this mistake. Better to eliminate this mistake from your speech if you are a public speaker. Don't use technical words if possible. Use very few words which are technical for certain reasons. Otherwise, don't use technical words at all. And then your speech will be effective and good enough. You have to make your speech very much commendable, widely acceptable, widely comprehensible. And for that one, technical words must be reduced from the speech. Let's see the next mistake that most of the public speakers make. And that is saying sorry. Yes, of course, it's natural. Everybody makes mistakes. I am here speaking in front of you. I might be making certain mistakes. But in between, I should not say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. If you say, I'm sorry, because you have made mistakes, it means you are drawing the attention of your audience towards the mistakes that you have committed. Everybody makes mistakes. Perfection is next to impossible. Nobody is a perfect speaker. How much the person knows, how talented and experienced the person is, the speaker is. Nobody is a perfect speaker. Of course, you are a speaker, and by nature, you may commit certain mistakes. But because of the mistakes, you should not say sorry in between, because that is not considered good. It is going to lower the grade of your speech. It is going to, just you can say, minimize the quality of your speech. Better not to say sorry in between when you are as a public speaker there on the stage. Let's see the seventh mistake that most of the public speakers make, and that mistake must be eliminated, and that is expecting equal attention. You see, my friends, you are a public speaker, of course, you may have the expectation that everybody should listen to you. But it's natural, human nature, that audience are there with different purposes, under different circumstances they come there to listen to you. And all of the audience are not going to listen to you equally. They are not going to pay attention to you equally. They have their different attitudes. Some people are there to learn something. Some people are there to pass time. Some people are there and they think that they might know better than the speaker. So how could you manage to get the equal attention from every audience? It is not possible. That's why let's stop expecting equal attention from every audience. If a group of people pay attention, that's okay. The rest of the people do not pay attention, that's okay as well. Your job is to speak. Your job is to engage your audience as much as possible. But just because of their less attention, if you are worried, of course you are going to lose your confidence and you will be not able to make your speech effective if you lose your confidence. So please don't expect equal attention from every audience, every member of the audience. And that's what we are supposed to do as public speakers. Let's see the eighth mistake that most of the or few of the public speakers make. Yes, it depends. Introducing themselves for a long time. Some speakers come and in the beginning what they do? They introduce themselves in a very detailed way as if they are going to give the autobiography of their life. You are not supposed to present your autobiography in front of you, the audience. If you focus on yourself rather than on the topic, it is going to be a very boring and monotonous speech for the audience. Audience will not enjoy the speech that is full of introduction of the speaker. Your job is to focus on the topic. Don't focus on yourself. Don't focus on your biography. Don't focus on your background. If you do this, it will be boring. It will make your speech of low grade. So don't degrade the quality of your speech. Better not to introduce yourself for a long time. Rather just introduce who you are and why you are there, what you are going to do. That's enough. Not more than this. And let's see the ninth mistake. That is the last mistake that I have explored. Most of the or few of the public speakers make, and that is aspiring to be the perfect speaker. Yes, of course, I have seen, even I do have that kind of expectation that I must be the best speaker. If I think I must be the perfect speaker and then only I can speak to the audience, I will never come to the stage and never deliver a speech before the audience. So if you are a public speaker and if you think that the day I become the perfect speaker and then I will go and address the mass, you will never get that very situation. You will never get that very opportunity because you are not going to be perfect throughout your life. No speaker is perfect. As I have told you, that no speaker is perfect and nobody can be perfect in any respect of life. And it is public speech. Of course, there might be certain challenges. Certain pitfalls might take place there in your speech. You may make certain mistakes, of course, that's natural. So don't aspire to become a perfect speaker. If you aspire to become a perfect speaker and then only you will speak, or you speak and you must be a perfect speaker, of course your aspiration can lead you to lose your confidence. So please accept yourself, accept your competence, accept your quality, accept your speech quality, and get ready to speak before the audience. If you do this, you will be able to speak. You will be able to improve. You can improve, but you can never be the best in the society. You can be the best version of yourself, but you can't become the perfect version and that you aspire to become. Therefore, lose this kind of aspiration and accept the opportunity and speak, address before the people. And of course, you will rock on the stage. You will be a good speaker. You will be an effective speaker. So these are the 9 different mistakes that I have discussed over here. And if we can overcome these 9 mistakes, of course, we can manage to make a very good presentation before the mass, before the audience. And every public speaker must accept these 9 mistakes and must try to overcome these 9 mistakes. Then they will be highly appreciated. Their speeches will be highly respected and appreciated in the days to come. This is my duty to request you. Please like my video, comment my videos, and then subscribe the channel so that I can produce more videos and diverse topics which can help you to bring about positive changes in your life, my dear friends. Thank you.